I would love to hear all your feedbacks. And with my conclusion, here's what I would suggest: let the market sort itself out. If you have kids to go to school, take more time to find out what they're being taught, who the school teacher is, allowing somebody to teach your kids about life, about education, and everything else more than you're doing on a daily basis. Is that a good thing? Is your kid doing right, or are they being, for instance, indoctrinated? So these are things that, in my conclusion, I would change. I would greatly diminish the government, create more private entity type of sector jobs, and we can't always be in 32nd and 33rd place. There should be a first, second, and third place trophies, if that much, and that's pretty much it. We have to develop competition, because I feel at the end of the day, we will never be equal. You may work 15 hours a day, I may work 6 hours a day. I can't be as equal as you if you're putting the law of gravity or the diminishing factor of an extra 9 to 8 hours daily. We can't be on the same page when it comes to net worth, when it comes to value. And these are things that I think should be brought up in schools. If you want to be average, if you want to be common, you're only going to put in X amount of time. But if you want to be above and beyond, you're going to put in that extra time. But at the other side of the token, is it fair for these people to be taxed that much more for trying to contribute to society that much more? So, there isn't a right or wrong here, but there has to be a common ground, because I do feel at the end of the day that the middle class is typically, they have a lot more say than the lower and the upper class. And then obviously the upper class is only looking for tax breaks or not paying tax in general, because that's the way the system's been created, right? And again, left, right, middle, independent. Um, Typically the market gets faulted for it. But if you notice, the four wealthiest guys on the planet, from Bezos to Buffett to Gates and even Musk, they were all liberal Democrats, for instance. Elon's finally starting to take shape and maybe going a little bit more libertarian slash conservative based on how the policies have been failed. But if you pull the metrics, I mean, the majority of the wealthiest people are actually Democrats. So a lot of this really doesn't make sense, because as soon as they get a corporation or a company going, what's the first thing they do? They put a monopoly over it. So if you're Democratic and you want to give other people chances, why would you put a wall over it and not allow competition? You're basically creating a monopoly. And so my conclusion is, let the market sort itself out, diminish the government workforce, and I think we'll be all better for it.